Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of A Dog's Soul. I'm Anita, I'm your host and a professional dog trainer, and today we're gonna talk about why distance is so crucial. So stay tuned and have fun. Hi again. So, maybe some of you are thinking, what? I don't want to distance myself from my dog. And no, you don't have to. Except for dogs who tend to resource guard stuff, then you might want to keep your distance to achieve your training goals. But what I want to talk about today is distance from things where your dog is a little frightened or reactive to. So we're talking, of course, about leash reactivity. And what I see a lot of people do, and unfortunately also people who call themselves trainers, is that they get too close to another dog with the reactive one. And the reactive one, of course, reacts. And then they punish him for it. There is nothing useful the dog can learn from that. Nothing. The only thing the dog will learn is when I do that, I get punished. He's not learning how to deal with the situation. He's not learning a different set of emotions and skills and stuff like that to be comfortable in the situation. He's just learning to shut up. And maybe you have experienced something similar to that, where you were just uncomfortable and you were trying to tell your spouse or your parents or whoever, I cannot deal with that, and they just told you, shut up. How would that make you feel? Awful. Just awful. And it's the same for our dogs. So why do dogs react to other dogs or people or whatever? Most of the time, it's fear related. So it doesn't have to be a total panic. Sometimes a dog is just a little insecure or a little unsure how to handle meeting another dog on the leash, and the other dog is getting closer and closer and closer, and your dog doesn't have any idea how to deal with that. And then the other dog reaches some threshold, and your dog just cannot keep himself together, and he just yells at the other dog to go away. He doesn't have a choice. It's not like he's deciding, haha, I'm gonna annoy my mommy. No, he just cannot deal with it any different way. So what we have to do is we have to help him. We have to help him develop a skill set and a different emotion towards the other dog so that he's comfortable in the situation. And we can only do that in a distance where he is actually comfortable, because he has to experience being comfortable to relate that to the other dog. It's like when you are solving some kind of math work and you have a very, very difficult calculation to do. And you sit in front of it and you have no idea how to handle it. And the closer the due date comes, the more likely you are to just throw it away and run a tantrum or whatever. And if you start with a tutor who can explain everything to you and with a lot of time to do it, you feel comfortable. And that's how you never get to the point where you have to throw it away because you're so frustrated. And it's the same for our dogs. They have to experience the situation as something they can handle and something they can have achievements and a nice feeling and just have fun, basically. And you can give your dog all of that with just the right distance. So how would you see that? Whenever your dog is walking towards something that triggers him, he will show you a lot of different signals with his body language. But of course, you cannot see all of them because your dog is either next to you, so you're looking down at him, or in front of you, so you're looking at his butt. And what you can see is how his muscles tense up. Yes, of course, it's easier to see with a short-haired dog than with a long-haired one, but you can see it in long-haired dogs as well. And if you're not sure, just take a little more distance, just to be on the safe side. And that might be a lot. My own dog started with 200 meters. And I had a client a few years back with a dachshund, and he started about 300 to 500 meters. So half a kilometer. It was a lot. And he was really getting into it. So as soon as he saw the other dog, he just went berserk. He jumped, he lunged, he barked, he growled, he did everything you could imagine, except reorienting to the owner. That is actually a good thing. But other than that, he was very, very loud. And yeah, so we started with a lot of distance, really a lot of distance. And also the thing is, how much does the other dog move? Because if the other dog is just standing there, it's a lot easier to deal with. And also, if the other dog's facing away from your dog, it's also easier to manage. And then you have to tell your dog what you want, or what would be useful, or what would give him the goal he tries to achieve with barking. And that just might be, look at the other dog and you get some food. Of course, you would need a marker signal and stuff like that. But for your dog, it's just he can relate the other dog with something nice. And that's what we want. For the dachshund, we had him walking in the city within 5 training sessions. So this is incredibly quick. Of course, not for every dog and not for every situation. The more fearful a dog is, the longer it takes normally. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the effort. And let's be honest, it's not really much effort, because you just have to watch. And you shouldn't walk around with your dog with your head in the clouds anyway. So yeah, you just have to watch your dog and then have fun with him whenever he does something right. It's not that difficult. And if you have a day where you just say, I don't want to train, I don't want to be extra careful today, I'm just not in the mood, then take your dog and drive him somewhere you don't meet anyone. Or go at a time where you don't meet anyone. Or pick a route nobody else takes because it's just concrete, for example. When I lived in Vienna with a leash reactive dog who was frightened of everything, I just walked some side streets with very little green. But that was something where he could sniff, where he could do his own thing, and where he could just not be bothered by anyone. We didn't meet any dog in days. And it's a big city, so. And we lived somewhere where everything's green. So a lot of dogs. So just changing routes gave us a difference between meeting around 15 dogs in half an hour or meeting none. So you see, and no, it wasn't bad for my dog because he didn't have anything green. We walked to a tree so he could eliminate himself, and then he was sniffing. It was very interesting for him because all the different smells from people and restaurants and everything like that. And we also walked at a time where not a lot of people were outside because it was dark. Actually, it wasn't that dark because there were streetlights everywhere. but it wasn't a time where people were walking around. So that's also an opportunity. And as long as you cannot control the environment because you meet so many dogs and it's so difficult, take a break. Do something you really like with your dog and just train when you want to train. That makes things so much easier. I guarantee you that. All right. So the most important things for today, I would say, are choose the right distance so your dog can be relaxed with the other dog or with a person when that's the thing your dog's reacting to. And if you're not in a mood, take a break. You don't have to encounter 15 dogs per walk. It's not necessary. Pick your battles. All right. That's it for today. I wish you a lot of fun training. And if you have any questions, of course, you can write it in the comments or send me an email or whatever you like. And I love to hear from you. And I would also love to read about your break. So what you decided to do to just take a break. So write it in the comments. I would love to read that. And yeah, until next time. Bye.